Welcome back to the Great Ride Along. It's time to evaluate our wild camping challenge.
In the south of France we did a series of 7 nights of wild camping, and it's time to see what we thought of it.
For this evaluation, we made a list of 5 things we loved, 5 things we learned, and 5 things we're gonna do differently next time. And let's start off with the first 5 things we loved.
The first thing we loved is that we found amazing, beautiful locations everywhere we went.
We were amazed by how easy it was to find wild camping spots.
And the third thing is that it was crazy to think that Google Maps was our go-to app.
One thing we were extremely surprised by was when we were wild camping, is that if we wild camped next to a river or a lake, that we could just clean up, freshen up in the water in the river, and it was amazing.
And the last thing is that we loved going back to the basics, the connection with nature and everything around us.
The first 2 things we learned was that the wild camping spot really has to be remote. There was one night when we weren't remote enough and I just couldn't sleep. And the second thing is that we kind of get the idea that mosquitoes are taking over the planet. Because no matter whether we were close to a river, a lake or in the middle of nowhere, for some reason there were a lot of mosquitoes.
The third one is that it costs a lot of energy, together with the fourth one that is that it takes a lot of time, because on average we were busy for an hour, hour and a half for searching the spots, a bite out of your daily energy. And the last one is that when we found a nice spot, it wasn't always the best spot to make content, for example when it was in the shade.
The 5 things we want to do differently next time. First of all, we want to camp more efficiently, which means that we want to maybe pack up the kitchen stuff after we had dinner, so we don't have to do it in the morning. Second thing is we want to bring more batteries. We already have a huge power bank and enough batteries for all our gear, but if we cannot charge it overnight, then the next morning we have to find a spot with electricity if we want to be able to produce all the amazing content that we like to. And the third one is that we want to find a spot where we can do more campfires, because we like them. It helps against all kinds of insects and mosquitoes. But for some reason we kept ending up in spots where campfires just wasn't possible due to the dry ground or the woods or whatever.
As you might have noticed, we used different techniques for this docu-series, and the next time we're gonna make a plan and we're gonna stick to it. And what we're definitely gonna do different next time is that we're gonna arrive at a spot at least 3 hours before sunset, so we can have a swim and eat in daylight.
Thank you so much for watching our wild camping challenge and our evaluation. We've learned so much doing this, and we will be back. We don't know what the challenge will be. We don't know what the next series will be, but we will be back. Subscribe to the channel to get posted on our latest content, and we will see you back.